Hello, hello, hello. It is Cassandra Terry, your manifesting miracle maker. And today is my favorite day of the week. It is Thankful Thursday. Today is all about gratitude. And more than anything in your life, gratitude will do this. It will put a smile on your face. It will lighten your load. It will change your perspective. It will make a difficult situation a little bit more bearable. So I love this day because no matter what's going on, no matter what situation we're in, Thankful Thursday or leading with gratitude gives us the opportunity to shift and to shift things into a more bearable light. And so with that, that just excites me. That excites me. And I hope you guys take advantage of it and realize how much control, even when you feel like everything is out of control, you have control over one thing, your mindset. And gratitude will shift that mindset quicker than anything that I can think of. I talked about the glass being empty or half full. That half empty glass is focused on what you don't have. That half full glass is focused on what you do. So you can be grateful for what you do have. That shifts your perspective, which improves your attitude. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So the question that I had posted yesterday when I was posting this live was, does gratitude really matter? I think it's obvious what my answer is, what I think about all of this. I absolutely believe not only does it matter, but it enhances our lives so much. I was working with a client last night who'd been dealing with seasonal depression. It's making it hard for her to just get going. She is a very accomplished person. She runs a business. She's seen a lot of success at a very young age, but this time of the year it's just hard for her to get going, and I can relate to that. I experienced the same thing, and I experienced it really heavily when I was having my kid, after I had my kids, postpartum depression. And that's different. Postpartum is hormonal. And so you can't think your hormones straight. So sometimes we do need medical attention. We need help from professionals to balance things out or to help us to get through. And there is no shame in that. Let me tell you who sees a therapist on a regular basis. Every Friday, I will miss work. I will miss meetings. I will not do a lot of things, but I rarely, rarely, rarely miss that hour with my therapist because it is my opportunity to reset, to level set, and to take a look at how things are going and to have an unbiased opinion who doesn't love me so much that they're just going to yes me through things, or who doesn't have a harsh thought, relationship with me and want to see things go badly. Neutral, has a job to do, great listener, focused on me for an hour, and I can just kind of dump my bucket and deal with things that have been building up over the week if there's anything there. And I've learned a lot of coping skills. And one of the things, journaling is awesome. When you journal, you just write whatever comes to mind. Write, 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 and it gets it out of your head and onto the paper. And then it's not something that you're dragging around with you. Sometimes when you're journaling, a great idea pops out that you didn't even know was floating around in there. And before you know it, you're onto something, and you may be sitting in front of people just like I am today. I had no idea a little bit over a year ago that this would be happening, but I was writing, I was quiet, I was thinking, and here we are. So what your life looks like right now versus what it may look like an hour from now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, you just never know how things are going to explode for you. And I'm a witness of that explosion. But one of the things, when things aren't exploding, gratitude helped me keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep going, keep myself level and balanced so that I was in a place where I could think clearly, where I could make good decisions. When I'm really emotional, when I'm all spun up, I don't make good decisions. I'm making snap decisions. I'm trying to make the stress go away. So I may cut corners. When I'm wound up like that, is not the time. I've started getting up a little bit earlier so that I have the opportunity to make these videos before my day starts. And the other day, my husband came in when I was in my office working, and we needed to sign some papers. So a notary had come over, and the printer wasn't acting right. She needed us to print something. She forgot to do it in advance, and just little stuff was happening. And I was getting my irritation level, my frustration level was getting higher and higher and higher. And my husband, after it was over, he was like, "Why are you so frustrated?" And I don't know. I have no idea. And then that night, when I went to bed and I was kind of in my quiet time, as soon as my head hit the pillow, I realized just how tired I was. And I was like, oh, my schedule changed this week. So I'm getting up at least an hour earlier. I'm putting myself out there and having these conversations with this camera lens that's in front of me. And it's everything's a little bit different than it was last week, and that had an effect on me that I didn't even realize until I calmed down. And I was glad that instead of him getting frustrated with me, he just asked the question, "Why are you so frustrated? This isn't that big of a deal. We're not on a time crunch. She's going to wait. When it prints out, we'll keep moving." But I was on 10. I was so frustrated. It's interrupting what I'm trying to do. The stupid printer's not working. Yak, 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 yak. And I was just spinning a little bit out of control. And then I realized I am tired. I need to go to bed. I'm getting up earlier, so I need to rest. And taking the time to think about yourself and what you need and why you're responding the way you're responding to things is really, really healthy. It's really helpful, and it helps you to learn about you. It helps you to learn how you process, how you move through things, and getting quiet and still and being grateful opens up the ability for all of that. When you are thinking about what you are grateful for, it is really hard not to smile. It is really hard not to be excited. It's hard not to get at least happier. You may not get to that place of happy depending on what's going on, but you at least get closer because you're focused on the positive. You're focused on what you're grateful for. So one of the assignment that I gave my client was for her to text me last night. Text me 5 things, the 5 best things that happened to you today. And this morning, she'll text me 5 things that she's intending, 5 positive things that she's intending for herself today, or a combination of her intentions and things that she's already grateful for or looking forward to. And the idea is to set your mind on success, positive, good thoughts at the beginning of your day and at the end of your day, because when we go to sleep, what we're thinking about hits our subconscious, and it kind of works with us all night long, and we're kind of still thinking about it when we wake up the next morning. So having a practice of gratitude, 5 things, the 5 great things that happened to me today, the things that I'm most happy about that happened today. Phrase it however it is comfortable with you, but end your day with gratitude. You'll sleep better, you'll be more calm, and wake up and do the same thing. Even if it's when you're brushing your teeth, a great way to start a new habit is to attach it to another habit. I've read the book Atomic Habits. Awesome book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. And one of the things that Atomic Habits talks about is habit stacking. And that's where you take a habit that you already have, something that you do consistently, and add to it something that you would like to do consistently. So while you're brushing your teeth, you could be thinking in your head, I am so today. That's what I did this morning. I thought about my intention. I said to myself that today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a productive day. Today, I am going to have the answers or be able to quickly find the answers to do my job and to do it well. Today, I'm really going to impress some people with how sharp I am. And I'm going to have the answers that my team needs, and we're going to have a productive day. Guess what happened? My first meeting was at 7. I usually do these calls at 7 a.m. But on Thursdays, I have a work call that starts at 7. So I'll do these an hour later. I had a very productive morning already. there was something that I had been dreading writing. And I just had this feeling, just go ahead and do it right now. The words will come to you. And that's exactly what happened. Our brain doesn't know any better than to believe us. That's what it does. It believes what we say and what we think. And when we believe what we say and what we think, self-fulfilling prophecy comes right with that. The universe aligns and we start to attract the things that we say and the things that we believe. So if I believe that I'm going to have a productive day, I'm halfway there. We talked about that yesterday. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt who said that. If you believe that you can do it, you're halfway there. And setting those intentions this morning, I feel so light, guys. I feel so happy and excited and ready for whatever. And it's the beginning of the, of the new year for everybody. At our job, we go through lots of audits and not so fun things this time of the year. So there could be a lot of dread, but I'm remembering right now, I choose to remember how many audits I've successfully maneuvered, how many people I've trained to be successful in this space. I remember the capabilities of myself and of my team. So I'm not taking on the stress of an audit. I'm like, bring it on. We do this every year. I know what to do. I know what the auditors are looking for. So we'll just get through it. And I'm taking that attitude and I'm trying to share that with my team because I don't want them to be all stressed out either. So we're grateful that we've been there, done that. We're grateful that we know this process and how to successfully get through it instead of being stressed and focused on the fact that we're going to be held up in rooms with auditors for hours at a time for several weeks. We can look at the half empty part of the glass or we can look at the half full. We have done this every year for 4 years, and not once have we not been successful. So what are we stressed about? Our history tells us that we will do well. But that's not what you typically think about when you're getting ready to do something that you would prefer not to do. I've gotten through it before. I'll do well. Speak that over your life. Speak that into existence, is what you'll hear people say in church. Speak it into existence. Speak life over yourself. And all that means is watch what you say and how you say it. Be positive, be affirming, be your own advocate. And then you take that, people will be drawn to you. They will feel that lightness. They will see the light coming through you. They will feel your high energy, how you're vibrating. People love to be around that. And so you will attract people who are like you and people who need you. You'll lift them up as well. And gratitude helps you maintain that high vibration. It helps you to be in a positive space. It doesn't pretend like life's not happening. I never want to advocate for that. I never want to say, oh, just focus on the positive and, and tell people to ignore the life that's happening around them. I'm just saying that it may be heavy. You may be going through something that's really, really difficult. And I honor that. And I just want to help lighten the load a little bit. And gratitude can help you do that. Thinking about even when you lose someone, I was looking at Ricky Smiley this morning and my heart goes out to him because he suddenly lost his son, right? And he was posting a video of him and his son doing some work in the kitchen. And there's going to be lots of tears that's coming from that family because of the sudden loss of a family member. But Ricky Smiley has videos and pictures and all these memories and events that will help him get through such a difficult situation. We all do. And so being grateful for the time that we have with somebody, being grateful for the memories, being grateful for the experiences that you share together will help lighten a naturally heavy load. It doesn't bring a person back. It doesn't make the grief stop, but it gives you a little bit of space in the grief and allows you to smile, allows you to lift the burden for just, if only for just a moment. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about gratitude. And when we get to a place to where we're consistently practicing gratitude, we will find that that will become our default. That will become the way that we focus our minds and our attention, and we'll be coming from that glass is half full mindset versus the glass is half empty. I'm stuttering because my husband is messing with me right now. The problem with being live is that people will stick their heads in and interrupt you. So if anybody wants to support my business, send me a recording in process sign that I can put on the door, or maybe a good strong lock. But that's life happening. Lots of hats that we wear all the time. One of the hats is wife. One of the hats is mother. One of the hats is employee. One of the hats is employer. And all that, it's 8:30 in the morning where I am. So all that stuff is happening at the same time. And I know my gratitude is working, and the mindset and the intention that I set this morning is working, because him sticking his head in during my recording was gave me a little bit of joy. It made me laugh. Where a couple days ago, when the printer wasn't going right, everything was frustrating. And there have been times where the least little interruption, and I'm like, "Arr." And so I'm a living witness right now of setting your intentions, determining what type of day you're going to have, and how that works. It gave me a little bit of joy to see his face. And my husband is a jokester. To get him to be serious takes a lot. He's light and airy and fun, and he's always been that way. I've known him since we were 18 years old, and I've never known him to be anything but that. And I'm pretty serious. I'm pretty about my business. We're pretty North Pole, South Pole. But what I learned is, instead of trying to make him be like me and him trying to make me be like him, we move closer to each other. I'm a little bit less serious and can enjoy life a little bit more, because I have the energy of him pouring into my serious energy. And he can be a little bit more serious and a little bit more focused and get things done, because he's got the energy of my seriousness pouring into his jovial lifestyle. And so the magic is in the middle. And we often in relationships get frustrated when people don't behave the way we behave. And it took me a bit. We'll be married in October, will be 24 years. So we've been at this thing for a long time. And a good portion of those early years, I was frustrated, because I'm like, oh my God, you don't take anything seriously. And now I'm like, there's my light. There's a place where I can go and plug into and immediately get some light and some good energy. So I've learned to appreciate the differences and be grateful. There's my gratitude, to be grateful for those differences. Can you imagine two of me, up and down, happy and sad, stoic and serious? My emotions can run the gamut, and I'm so grateful for. I talked about going to therapy and being able to understand how I'm wired, and in some cases why I'm wired the way I am, and understand that that's just what it is. It's just the way I process. It's not the right way or the wrong way. It's just the way that it is. And because I know that about myself and I know that about him, I can find the gratefulness, the gratitude in how our relationship comes together, instead of it being a point of tension. And when it is a point of tension, I can check myself and go, okay, I'm looking at the empty portion of the glass and not the full portion of the glass. What's causing that? Do I need more sleep? Do I need to just take a break? Do I need a timeout? What's happening? Am I hungry? Have I not been outside in a while? I actually try and process situationally what's going on with me, so I can be better, so that I can show up better for my family, so that I can show up and be authentic and genuine with you guys, and talk from a place of experience and not just theory. 24 years of marriage has brought a lot of experience, and some of it I did well, and quite a bit of it not so well. And it's in the places where I didn't do well is where I've learned and I've grown the most. But it took me getting comfortable enough with myself as a person to be able to look at the shadow. All we want to bring, when you look at folks on social media, all you see is spit and polish and how great everything is. That's not the whole story. I may, well, I'm not spitting polished at all today. It's early. My first meeting started at 7, so I just hit the ground running. But right off camera, there's always somebody sticking their head in the door, or, a messy desk or whatever. And we just show in that box the perfection, the piece that we're most proud of. But where we really can help people, any of us, is by being transparent and being authentic and sharing as much of ourselves as possible. When I was working with my client last night, I could tell we hit a pain point. We hit a place where in her history, she had suffered some pain and she wasn't ready to talk about it. And that's okay. But because I could feel where we were, I shared a similar experience to what she was avoiding talking about, just so she knew there was a connection there, that there was somebody who had been through what she was not quite ready to talk about yet and had gotten through the other side. There is power in that. I've never was much of a drinker. So AA and things like that were never a part of my story, but I have so much respect for that organization because it's people who have overcome alcoholism, showing people who are currently dealing with it how to keep moving and how to get to the other side. There's power in someone saying, I've been there. I know what you're experiencing. I may not experience it exactly how you do because we're all individuals and we're all bringing our own stuff into every experience. So I won't ever say I know exactly what you're experiencing, but I've been through that same experience and here's how it unfolded for me. Here's how I got through it. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. That's the power of AA. Those folks are all people been there, done that, and they're looking back and they're reaching out their hands and they're saying, how can I help you get through the same situation that I've already come through? Powerful. And that's what M3 is all about. I dealt with self limiting beliefs. I dealt with a mind that defaulted to negativity and anxiety and fear. And because I've been able to learn mechanisms to cope and get through that, I just want to share it with the world. I hope one person today hears about writing what they're excited about, setting intentions for their life, being grateful and knowing how to do that even while you're dealing with difficult situations. If somebody hears that and it lightens their load, what a day. My life today has been well spent. Then that's how I look at it. So the excuse me. So the perfectionism, something that I really dealt with for a very long time, it doesn't help anybody, including me trying to be perfect. Because when I'm trying to be perfect, what I'm really feeling is that it's the things that I do that make me valuable. And that's not true. I am valuable because I am here, because I exist, because just because I'm me. And then everything that I stack on top of that is adding value. It is not the core of my value. It is not the core of your value. When you accomplish something, that's wonderful. That's great. Be proud of yourself, cheer yourself on, allow the crowd to cheer you on. But when things are not being accomplished, if you can't still feel good about yourself, there's an issue there because your goodness you have attached to actions or things, and you're good because you're you. Your value is in you. Everything else is extra. And it took me a very, very long time to realize that I'm valuable first thing in the morning before I've brushed my teeth and started my day, when I'm at my most vulnerable, least likely to want to be seen state. I am just as valuable as when I'm all spit and polished and ready to walk into some banquet or something. I hope you feel that about you. I hope you are so grateful for just you being you that it becomes easier and easier to build your gratitude list. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment. If you're watching this on replay, you may have noticed. Let me brag on myself because I'm so proud of this. The broadcast looks different. I've started using StreamYard, which is allowing me to be on live on both of my Facebook pages, LinkedIn and Instagram at the same time. So if you're watching this on replay, please hashtag replay so that I know that you were here. And everyone who's watching, leave me a comment. Let me know at least one thing that you're grateful for today or one intention that you have set for yourself today or the remainder of the week. Let's start building that positive language. Let's start speaking that life and positivity over ourselves and watch how you feel change. Watch it change. I dare you to prove me wrong. Tell me I woke up every day and I thought about how grateful I was. I went to bed every night and I thought about the thing that I was most grateful for. I've journaled about being grateful. I've tried this gratitude thing and it just doesn't work for me. As grateful as I am, life sucks. I can't be happy. If that's your story, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because you are unusual. The fact that you're leading with gratitude will lift you. It will, despite your circumstances, raise you and lighten your burden and make you feel better. Try it. Tell me what your experience is. Leave me a comment and let me know how you are tackling your day, what's your intention or what you're grateful for. If you haven't gotten to that, look back to yesterday. What was the best thing that happened to you yesterday? I'm looking for the comments. Everybody leave me one. It will encourage me. Everyone needs it, including the people in front of the camera. So knowing that you're out there, knowing that you're responding, knowing that the things that we're talking about is resonating and bringing some sort of value to you, that's what this whole experience is about for me. So any comments that I hear from you guys, they go a long way. They help me keep getting up, keep improving, and I hope that every day at least one person is touched by something that I say. All right, so we are going to end today's broadcast. Today is Thankful Thursday. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful throughout your day. Leave those comments. Let me know what that gratitude is all about for you. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Focus Friday, and we're going to talk about being intentional. And in the meantime, have a wonderful day. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. I'll be looking for the comments. Bye bye.